Ask and you shall receive. Welcome to my setup tour of my Tekkit classic Minecraft build straight out of 2010. You've caught me in the midst of just enjoying my rubber trees here. Rubber trees are an important thing to have when you're unleashing industrial hell on the Minecraft play space. I guess a good place to start would be inside the old base here. Right away you can kind of see that there's some features that are not in base Minecraft that are here. Like in the top right I get a mini map, which is pretty sweet. If only for the fact that it gives you markers like this, which are really handy. Like if I pop, I think it's actually on apostrophe. You can pull up the full surface map here. And this is good because in addition to the quarry devastation that you can see in that big rectangle down there, you can see different biomes and stuff if there are particular things that you need. And then the waypoints themselves are toggleable, which is kind of neat. So I tend to keep the home one on, but for example, when I went out to find those rubber trees, I marked where they were before I was able to grow them here. So if I toggle that on, I can see that those rubber trees are 135 meters that way, which is a nice feature. I don't know if default Minecraft has anything like that in there. Default Minecraft. I think people normally say vanilla. Anyway, interior of the base, this is kind of like phase 1. You sort of have to play normal Minecraft for a little bit, so I've just got some chests and a bed and like all the analog equipment that cavemen use. And then upstairs, we've got our kind of cooler stuff. So I got a whole array of industrial craft machines up here, and they all kind of serve a purpose. Got these compressors here. You use these to like make special alloys and stuff that are required in different machines. I've got an extractor here. You can chuck wood from those rubber trees or resin from them in, make rubber. You need that because you need a lot of cables to make these machines. And I've got a bunch of these macerators, and what they do is they break various ores down into these dusts, and what it does is basically it just doubles the quantity that you get. In the case of iron, it makes the most sense to just smelt this right away. With the tin and copper, you can actually make bronze, which is useful in some situations. And then I've got some basic electric furnaces here, which basically are just regular furnaces, but they run off of my solar arrays over there. And yeah, so I've got a solar array. It's equivalent to 8 solar panels. You can actually make just individual solar panels too, and I run those into these battery boxes. And then, much like in real life, that allows it to be so that if I collect adequate power during the day, like these are both full, and the sun goes down, I'll still have power to run all this stuff at night, which is kind of neat. So yeah, that's the basic industrial craft stuff that I set up. And I haven't really done a whole lot of work with piping and cabling. Like, you can do a lot more automation than I've done, but I don't know, I just couldn't be bothered at the moment. I think I'm actually going to go to Tekkit too, because there's a bit better integration with the different energy systems and stuff like that. But the last thing up here that's like pretty important is this chest here. So what this is an equivalent exchange. I think they call it a condenser. And so the idea is with this mod, everything in the pack, well, most things that are like non-modded basic items have these EMC values. And what you can do is you can select a target. In this case, it's lapis up in the corner, and it tells me how much that's worth. And I can pop, anything in here, and it will eventually make copies of it. So it's a good way to just like make sure you always have what you need on hand or whatever. It's kind of cool that way. I think they removed it from Tekkit 2 because it's actually kind of busted. You could just make quarries like you see operating back there, and then have them run straight into these, and then basically just not need to do anything to get everything you'd ever need in the game. But it is kind of fun to exploit since it is in here. This chest is mostly mechanical equipment. You see, I got wires and tubing and alloys and stuff like that. And then back here, I just have these are a copy of anything that I might want to duplicate easily, so that I can pop it over here. Yeah, so that's all this stuff. And then the fun thing is the buildcraft stuff, which is like this quarry. So this thing, you can see some of the results of my early ones over here, when I was just kind of testing it out using the default size of it and stuff. And yeah, the quarry just basically auto mines into the ground for you and outputs like into a chest. And you select for it all the way until it hits bedrock. So it's just kind of a fun way to automate the mining process while you're laboriously producing, complex machinery. Over here, I was originally going to try and have just all my solar on there and then have it power everything from there, but it was too clunky to set up, so what I ended up doing is I built another solar array over here that just powers my quarry, and it's all movable, so that's a solar array up top with another battery box underneath, and then this block here, basically, the Buildcraft mods require a different power source than the Industrial Craft ones, like those machines and stuff up there. So this block just takes the power out and then converts it into the power that this needs to allow it to run. It's kind of, hypnotic to watch it work. I figured since I'm just about done with this world, I'd build a giant quarry and just have it absolutely obliterate this swath of landscape. As you can see, it'll just mine straight through any trees or whatever. And this basically will just progress all the way down until it hits bedrock and leaves nothing but devastation in its wake in a true industrial capitalist fashion. I think that's just about it. Gonna have to fight some guys. Oh, I did make myself a musket and I've been itching to try it out. Oh shit, I've gotta load it. This is inconvenient. Well, that's one way to kill a zombie, I guess. Much more fun than swords, if you ask me. Can't have these bastards around. And these guys are annoying in normal Minecraft, but when you have like multi-diamond level like machinery around that they can blow up, much more intimidating. Yeah, I'm glad I made myself plenty of musket balls. Oh shit. Misfire. Misinput. But yeah, that's just about it. Spent way too much time doing this, so at least now it's saved for posterity. And not just gonna get deleted off my hard drive, never to be thought about again.